Good morning, YouTube. Today I'm bringing you a battle against Smogon user Battle9692. Now, technically this guy challenges me, and the first battle that we had, he destroyed my intimidation team. I think it was a 4-0, but for some reason there was a random disconnection at the end, so we decided to battle again. Like, he was pretty much saying, oh, it doesn't really bother me, you know, the team that I use is just a random team. Do you actually want to face my best team? The team is unbeatable. So I'm like thinking, okay, you're really cocky for defeating my test team as well. And I said, death awaits the overconfident, bring it on. So this team that he's using here is supposedly his best team, and here I'm thinking, yeah, it's a really balanced team. It's got a lot of threats. You know, the Infernape is threatening. You know, the Caesar, the Gengar, and the Garchomp. You know, he's got an offensive, you know, core of Pokemon, and then he has, you know, a defensive core with the Umbreon and the Ferrothorn. You can, you know, switch between many Pokemon if he plays correctly. But I'm not really worried about that, since, you know, my team has plenty of things to take on the Infernape. It's got plenty of, you know, fire attacks for the Caesar. Focus Blast Reuniclus takes on the Umbreon and the Ferrothorn. Reuniclus sidekicks the Gengar, and Reuniclus can even 2-hit KO a Garchomp, so Reuniclus can really run house on this team. And here I was thinking, well, he has a couple of leads that he can begin with. He could lead off with the Gengar and go for a substitute. He could lead off with Umbreon, Ferrothorn. He could really lead off with anything. This is just a really good team, so I really didn't know what he was going to start with, but I figured if he did begin with Ferrothorn or Umbreon, my Caesar lead would be good. So he leads with Infernape, and here I'm predicting him to go for the U-turn, so I take a big risk and go for the U-turn of my own. If he went for the fire attack, that would have been a first turn KO, but he doesn't. I get a crit, which doesn't really matter, and now I'm just going to send in KY Jelly, as you can see here. As he's going to withdraw and send in his Umbreon, I'm just going to go ahead and set up the Trick Room, since Reuniclus needs to be fast to destroy everything on his team. So now I'm just going to send in Soft Bake to scout, to see, you know, if he has foul play or payback, something of the sort. But he's going to also scout and go for the Wish, so that was a good play on his part, because now it allows him to pretty much freely switch into anything, since this Tyranitar really can't hurt anything on his team. And I'm just going to go for the Stealth Rock, since I really don't care if Soft Bake gets destroyed this battle, since it really can't do anything to his team. So here he goes for the U-turn, and my Soft Bake is very, very bulky, so it was able to survive a Choice Band U-turn. I actually have some defense investment in this guy, and I'm just going to go for the Rock Slide, since I was expecting to get a one-hit KO'd, but I guess he got like minimum damage. And here I'm actually just going to save the Soft Bake as death fodder, and I'm going to send KY Jelly, expecting the Toxic, Thunder Wave, or Leech Seed. So I guess that was a good play on my part. I guess it was okay for him to go for Leech Seed, not over-predicting. And here I'm just going to go for the Trick Room again, as he goes for a Layer of Spikes. I want to go ahead and make sure this Reuniclus stays fast, and here he goes for the Protect, and I go for the Focus Blast here, and you'll see why I went for Focus Blast over my other attack. Because the Focus Blast here is now going to one-shot this Ferrothorn, so get worked, son. As they say, get worked, son. And the reason why I use Focus Blast is because I knew Caesar would come in afterwards, and he was thinking that I had Shadow Ball, but no, I have Hidden Power Fire. I don't know why on earth Smogon does not recommend Hidden Power Fire on Reuniclus. It's so good in destroying Ferrothorn, Genesect, and Caesar switch-ins. Like, I love it so much. So, you know, KY Jelly doesn't even need Shadow Ball in my opinion, but he's going to go for the Protect to block the Focus Blast, which is no problem with me, and the dimensions twist back to normal. So here I'm going to go for the Trick Room again, as he goes for the Wish. And here, after the Sandstorm damage, I pretty much figured that he was going to switch out, so I'm just going to switch out into Soft Bake, because one, it's not going to be doing anything, and two, it's going to die to entry hazards, and that's good for me, because one, he's going to waste a turn with the Wish, and then I get a free switch encounter. So he has this Garchomp, and I'm like, okay, I've got Faolu. And here I make a risk, because if his Garchomp was not Choice Scarfed, he would have outsped me, since Trick Room's still up. But here I'm just going to go for the Specs Draco Meteor and, like, just destroy this Umbreon. Even though it's a special tank with 394 special defense, Specs Latios does not play around. So here, since Trick Room is up, his Wish goes first, but now Draco Meteor is going to destroy him. So Specs Latios, once again, does not play around, and I'm actually glad that I have Specs over Scarf. And Here he's just going to send in Garchomp, and he goes for the Swords Dance, so I did take a major risk because he would have outsped me if he attacked, and the first Draco Meteor misses, and like, for some reason Sand Veil just came through my mind, but Draco Meteor does not have perfect accuracy, so, you know, it sometimes misses, but even after the double special attack drop, Outrage, well, Outrage is going to destroy me, but that Draco Meteor nearly destroyed him, and that was pretty good for me. So now I'm just like, well, I'm going to send in Caesar and Clean House, and as I go for the Bullet Punch here, you can see that he has Sand Veil, so I'm like, what? You know, I didn't expect that. I thought that you were a validated OU player, but it's all good, though. It's all good. I'm going to let it go because Garchomp just fainted, and I know that I'm still going to destroy this guy with Reuniclus because he has nothing that can stop Reuniclus's rampage, and I'm a special tank, so this Shadow Ball won't even destroy me, and I'm going to get up a Trick Room and just go for that double Psychic on that Gengar and that remaining Infernape, so this was a good game, Battle9692, for your information, Sandvale Garchomp is an Uber Pokemon, so, next time you should probably just change it to Rough Skin, but anyway, this is Unhappy Carousel. Please comment, rate, subscribe, and please have a nice day.